Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are experiencing some turbulence. I'd appreciate it if you'd remain in your seats and keep your seat belts fastened until I turn off the fasten seatbelt sound. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Zoha Naser and I am somewhat of a dreamer. Now, I just want to clarify something before I start. When I talk about dreams, I don't mean it in a lovey-dovey, unicorny sort of state. I mean it in a bit more of a logical sense. I love to spend time thinking about science and pondering over, trivial stuff such as beginning of the universe, how and why our universe will end, humanity will survive the death of our sun, as you do on a typical Friday night. But when I'm not lying on the floor having an existential crisis, I actually really love to think of, hypothetical situations and how to get myself out of them. So I decided, why not spice things up a bit and do the same with you guys today? So let's stick with the theme of turbulence and set the stage. Imagine this. You're a hard-working NASA employee and you're on your way home from another very tedious day at the lab. That is, until you get a phone call. Even worse, it's a phone call from the boss. Stuff's about to get real. He tells you that you have to come back to NASA immediately as they have a mission they need you to guide. So you go back and you're like, okay, hopefully all goes well. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe did I steal a piece of equipment? No. Did I calculate something wrong? No. Didn't I steal that donut Sunday lunchtime? Oh my God, they're gonna fire me. It's the donut. Luckily, it's not the donut. But there is some bad news. You see, there's an asteroid. It's kind of on its way to Earth. Humanity's got about 300 years. It's looking pretty bad. So, you've been tasked with saving the entire human race. No pressure. What you have to do is you have to create a spaceship that will take a trio of astronauts to a habitable planet in the Alpha Centauri system about 4.4 light years away, which is a pretty big distance. So there you go. There's your mission. What are you going to do? You stay up all night, walking back and forward in a cold sweat, pondering, oh God, what am I going to do? I have to save everyone, oh God, ah! And then you decide, you know what? Let's calm down, overstressing too much. Just turn on the TV and watch something. Oh, look at that. It's Back to the Future. Oh, God, I remember when this movie came out. It was my absolute Hold on. Back to the Future. Time travel. DeLorean science. It's all coming together. Why don't we use a DeLorean to take our astronauts to Alpha Centauri? Now, before you all stand up and go, oh, no, she's crazy, let's leave. Consider this. It's not that bad of an idea. I mean, the DeLorean, a time-traveling car, not only took Marty McFly to the past, but to the future. Seems like it works. But one thing we do need to say is that the DeLorean as it is in the film would probably not stand the harsh vacuum of space, but you, young NASA scientists, are dead set and determined to take those 3 astronauts to Alpha Centauri in style. I'm not going to blame you, okay? We all have our hopes and dreams. So, we will need a bit of scientific creativity, so let's go Mark Watney and science the beep out of this. Got to keep it PG here. Anyway, let's look at the DeLorean. It's a DMC-12 DeLorean with stainless steel panels and a glass-reinforced plastic body. For those of you who I'm starting to lose, what I'm trying to imply is a lot of bulky and heavy materials are used in this car, which isn't very ideal for space travel considering you want to go very, very far, very, very fast. So instead, let's use a material that NASA are currently using for spaceships, an aluminium-lithium alloy. Aluminium-lithium alloys are currently being used for the Mars trip, so they're probably gonna work, aren't they? Perfect. We've got our material. Let's take our DeLorean, let's keep the dimensions the same, maybe blow it up about 20 times, and we've got a good-sized spacecraft that's durable, fast, and can take our astronauts to Alpha Centauri, as well as all their little bits and bobs and sciencey stuff. Now let's address another problem, fuel. In the movie, the DeLorean uses plutonium to get 1.21 gigawatts of power. Now, considering that we've blown our DeLorean up and it's traveling quite far, we're going to need a lot of power, meaning we're going to need a lot of plutonium, meaning that this is going to be a very, 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 very expensive amount. So maybe plutonium's not exactly desirable. But I have an alternate solution. Enter nuclear propulsion. And yes, it is just as awesome as it sounds. Nuclear propulsion is when you take nuclear bombs and detonate them behind your spacecraft. This energy then builds up, and it's what your spacecraft basically uses to travel. What I propose is if we take 300,000 1-megaton hydrogen bombs, blow them up one after the other behind our spaceship over the course of about a month, we will be able to reach a speed 10% the speed of light. That's really fast. It's so fast, in fact, that if we didn't have to counter in the fact that we have to stop at the other end, we could get to Alpha Centauri in 44 years. That's really, 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 really fast, considering it's really, 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 really far. But we know that due to Newton's first law of motion, objects that are in motion tend to stay in motion unless an opposing force is applied. And considering we kind of do want to stop at the end, we'll have to double our overall journey. So, 300,000 1-megaton hydrogen bombs to get there, 90 years. 300,000 1-megaton hydrogen bombs to get back, another 90 years. We're looking at about 180 years of space travel, plus a couple of months, there to do all the other boring sciencey stuff. Plus 600,000 1-megaton hydrogen bombs. And I know there is laws about nuclear weapons in space, but I think humanity can excuse it just this once. So, there you go. 180 years to get there and back, plus a couple of months to explore, and we're left with about 120 years to rebuild, restock, and take humanity to Alpha Centauri. Success! We successfully saved humanity, and NASA lives another day. But we need to take a moment to step outside the daydream for a bit. I mean, if you went to NASA when they're depending on you to save the entire human race and were like, oh, hey, yeah, this idea came to me while I was watching my favorite movie last night, I think we should take them there in a car. They'd either fire you, throw you in a mental asylum, or both. Not the best idea. But the point of this long-winded hypothetical exercise was to get you guys to see that even when situations are turbulent, when it looks like there's no way out and there's no way you can get through it and you're panicking and you don't know what to do, a little bit of scientific innovation, creativity, maths, science, DTR, whatever you want to use, put it all together and it can get you a way out. So yeah, the next Stephen Hawking or Albert Einstein might not use a DeLorean or a car to travel into space, but who knows? Maybe they can create order out of chaos and take humanity to the stars. After all, it's theoretical, not impossible. Thank you.